Check, 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 check. Evening, guys. Welcome to another HOR Season 12. We are at round 9 for the Spanish Grand Prix. I'll get rid of that. Hopefully my connection stays for the whole race. I've had a few issues the last couple of weeks, but I think I may have sorted it for this week. We shall see anyway. While we're waiting to load up, we've already got 15, which is pretty decent anyway. We'll go to the title. Med TC. He's got 5 podiums in a row now. He won last week as well. He's first on 196. Jensen has become a full-time driver. He is in Haas. He is second on 137. So he's 59 points behind. We'll see if he can catch up to Med and possibly overtake him. If he's going to stay with us for the rest of the season, it would be a pretty good challenge for him, because Med's shown some very good pace. Like I said, last 5 races he's been on the podium and won 2, so good luck to Jensen anyway. Mr. Rage is third. He's only 4 points behind Jensen, so he's doing pretty well. David Entry is fourth on 130. Smalley's on 128 in fifth. Zero is on 119. Keke's on 118 in 7th. Jantex is on 95 in 8th. Rob Wills is on 81 in 9th. He's only been here for the last 5 races, so already to be 9th. He's doing pretty well. Top 10s already. And he does have a podium as well in this. Evening, Adam. I will get the comments soon. I won't miss them out. I'll just run through the rest of the table. In 10th is Pelly on 77. Nick's 11th on 67. Rudy's 12th on 64. Clarkie's on 60 and 13th. Adam's actually 14th on 58, so he's not done too bad. Macho's on 53. Flex is on 52. Steve-O's on 48. Chris Allen is on 43. He's down in 18th for the moment. Moving on to the constructors, Red Bull is on 296. AlphaTauri is on 229. Ferrari is on 213. Alfa Romeo is on 210. So there's a very, very good challenge already started for second there. 60 odd points up to first isn't unreachable, depending on how the Red Bulls get on, but Pelly's in one of them, Med TC's the other. That's probably why they've got such a gap there. Aston Martin are on 187 in 5th. Alpine are on 174 in 6th. Mercedes are on 156. Williams are on 141. McLaren are on 136, and Haas are on 39. But now Jensen has joined Haas to help Mataman. He was pretty much a lone driver. In fact, I don't think he did many races this season. He's missed 2. He's retired in 4, so it's probably his own fault. But yeah, Jensen's joined Haas, so they'll probably be on a big charge at some point. Move back up the table. Evening, Rob. I'll get that back on, put this in charge. I'll flick to things so you guys can see them. Mattman was not the first out, actually. It was Jensen. He usually is the first person to get out the garage and do a lap. We'll sit on with him and see how he gets on. You lose a lot of traction out of this second corner, but he rides the curb as well. It looked pretty clean, actually. I prefer to stay away from Adam's P1. Start well, Adam. It only gets worse from there. Stephen P2. That would be a front row. Adam and Stephen. Anyway, sector 1 there from Jensen looked backed up. Dear. Yeah, sector 1 from Jensen there looked pretty good. He didn't even let off much through that right-hander either. Sector 2 he's going to go through as a 51 dead. God. Stop it. Jensen stays off that curb. I think that curb in sector 3 there is one that can spin many people. Last 2 corners look pretty good as well. It's a pretty solid time this probably from Jensen, you know, 1:16.8. I think that's Mr. Rage who's coming in from, no it wasn't. In fact they were on an outlap as well, so one of the Alfa Romeos, in fact Clarkey, the 1:30.5, so there's a big difference there. Probably trying to get in a bit of practice. We'll go to the other half, see how Matman was getting on. Only 7/10 off Jensen through the first 2 sectors. The 1:17.6, that's not bad from him actually, because Nick's done exactly the same time there. Very good laps there from Matman. We'll see how Stephen's getting on. He's a second off Jensen at the moment through 2 sectors. 1:18.0. Only basically 3.5 tenths off of Matman and Nick there. Rob's done in a 1:18.0 as well. That's not a bad lap from him. Pato has lost it on the last corner, which means he will probably be starting from the back. There's another car who seems to have gone out as well, BSC Ross. Mr. Rage of 1:18.0. 3 cars now on the same time. Rob's just trying to stay out of the way of people. We'll see how Helly gets on. I think David Entry's just about to finish his lap. 1:17.6. Same time as Chubby, so there's 6 cars there more or less, well 3 on the same time and then 3 more on the same time. JNTEX is not going to finish his lap there. He's going to do a 1:49 still. I think Nick moved up, not Nick, sorry. Clarkey moved up there to a 1:17.7. Only just outside of Matman's time there. I think Pelly just got blocked a little bit there. It looked like, I don't know how much time he would have lost there. It looked like he had to back out pretty hard. It's a 1:18.4. I don't think he'll be very happy, but hopefully he'll get another run in pretty soon. GFO G-Max is on a invalidated lap. Med-TC is a 1:45. Leighton's done pretty well actually in OTL. I'm not sure if he's raced here yet. The last couple of weeks haven't been great. Someone has lost it into turn 1. If that's not Mr. Rage, then it's Nick. I don't think many people will be doing a second run, so we'll stick on with Leighton at the moment. I think GFO G-Max actually he's just started a lap. He doesn't have any ERS though, so we will go back to Leighton. See where he can put his car in HOR. We'll just flip back through things just to see if he has raced here. I'm pretty sure he has. Okay, well, to the leaderboard there, this is his first race. Like I said, he was doing very well. Oh, he snapped the car and that's going to go around in the gravel. He was doing very well on Mondays. It'll be interesting to see where he can get his second run in here and if he can get into that, probably top 8 maybe. I mean, there's a few here from OTL. Is Stephen on the lap there? No, he's on an invalidated lap. He might be starting the lap though, unless he's coming in. Adam's on an out lap. So's Chubby. We'll stick on with Stephen. It looks like he's going to go for a good lap here. See if he can improve on a 1:18.0. Track evolution I found on Monday was quite a lot here. Getting a lap in nearer to the end of quali is always recommended anyway. He's a 10th off. It says purple, but I think that might just be for him. I did miss the time though. Tenth won't actually move him up that far. He needs a good 3.5 tenths here if he wants to try and move up there. He's already up by 4 tenths, so that's going to move him up into the in between 5th and 3rd here. If he can find another tenth, he'll put himself on that 2nd row with 9 minutes to go. Maybe slightly wide there. Last couple of corners looked alright though. 1:17.5, so yeah, he does. He did find that extra half of a second there. He's moved up into 3rd. Chubby Slugs in sector 1, so he must have messed up his last run. I think Rob was coming into the last corner. He's a 10.5 up. He needs to find at least 4 to move in front of Clark. He's found 4. Wow, he's moved up to 4th. He's just sitting behind Stephen. He's joined those guys on the 17.6 there. I think he'll be happy with that for his 2nd run. Leighton there, 1:17.5. He did get a proper lap in the end, and he's moved 4th there, which is pretty decent. It's good pace to be on there with Stephen and Rob. See how David Enshue's getting on coming into the last sector. He's on. I think he must have backed out this lap because he's not using the RS. He'll test him going into the next one. Jensen is also on a lap. He's in sector 2 at the moment. David Dench is one of these guys on a 1:17.6, so even if he finds a couple of tenths here, he'll be moving up to 3rd. He'll probably want to be trying to find at least half a second here. Get nearer to Med TC's time, but Clarky there, 1:16.9. He's moved himself up into 2nd there. It was a good lap from him. I will stay on David. He's almost a 10.5 up. So he's got a little bit of a gap to these guys in front. He just needs to find a little bit more, I think. Oh, and he's lost it going on that right hand up. And that's around. He'll be able to get back in and get another lap on the board though. We'll go to Mr. Rage. He's just coming through that same corner actually. See how far he's up on his time. He's up by 8.5 tenths. That's a 1:16.2. So at the moment he's going to go into 4th. If he can find another couple of tenths here, he'll be in front of Med. That'd be a pretty solid lap there from Mr. Rage. It looked nothing like I usually do it, so it must have been good. 1:17.2. In fact, maybe lost a little bit of time there. In fact, he did go into 4th. I missed it. Pelly did a 1:17.2 there, and he was 4th at one point. But GFO GMEX has done a 1:17.1. So there's not huge gaps between these guys, and I think everyone who was doing a lap has. MedTC's up by a tenth, but I don't. He might finish this lap. He'll go back in front of Clarky in 2nd. He's going to go in the pit. I don't think anyone else is on an actual lap. Pelly's up by 8 seconds. Have to wait for the last round of quali here. J-Intex will want to get a better lap in than that as well. And I think Adam will want to knock a couple of seconds off that. At least try and get in the 117s with these other guys. Mr. Rage is boxed as well, so we'll just wait for someone to come out. But at the moment, Jensen's first. He's done that 116.8. Clarkey, in fact, those two are the only ones into the 116s with 116.9. You got MedTC on a 117.0, and then the next 3 cars are within 2/10 of him. Stevens down in 7th on a 117.5, but a tenth and a half away, and you're down into 12th where Matman is. So it's very, very close there at the moment. In fact, there's a Haas out on track. Is that Jensen? Yeah, it is. And he's actually on a lap, so I've missed that. Apologies for that, but he is up through his first sector. Second sector looks very strong as well. He's up by 2/10, so he's going to put this in a 116.6 at the moment. First race back being full time, I think he wants to just put a little warning out there to others that he will be making a charge for this title. It's a 116.3, knocked 4.5 tenths off of his time. There's a big gap down there to Clarkey now, about 5.5 tenths. So we'll see if anyone else can improve. Med will be the first one to do a lap, then Nick. The thing is, even if Nick finds a couple of tenths, he moves up 3-4 spots. So MedTC needs to try and find 7 tenths if he wants to match where Jensen's at. We'll see how he gets on though. A lot of that first curve, but it didn't seem to unsettle his car. It looked quite nice actually. Kept the inside line to that right hander as well. He's up by half a tenth, 22.0. Can't believe how they control it up there. He's up by a tenth. I don't know how much time he's got in the last sector, but he'll move back in front of Clarkey at the moment for now. Oh, and he's invalidated and lost it. And he's going into the pit. He won't be able to improve his lap. That'll be his quali done. Nick is not going to improve his either. Chubby's just started, so Adam's come to line. He's just started a lap as well. We'll stick on with these two while they go through the first sector, see how they get on. Chubby's up by a tenth and a half. That'll move him up a good few places. Adam's up by, he needs to find a lot of time, but he's up by 2.5 tenths already, so that's a good start. That man's line through there looked a bit heavy. I think he had to let off slightly. Sector 2, he's only up by a tenth now. Adam comes through sector 2. He's up by a half a second, so he's improving. Oh, Matman's gone round as well. He's not going to improve his time. See how Adam can get on coming into this last sector. He's in the 118s, I'll say. It's a pretty good lap from him. It would be nice to see him in the 117s, but yeah, 118.9. I think he'll be happy with that anyway. He took 7/10 off almost, so it was a pretty decent lap from him. Pelly has the yellow flag on track, so I believe that might be the other Red Bull. Yeah, it was. Pelly is crashed. He will not be improving his time. I think he's up. One of them's Mr. Rage. He's up by a 10th through sectors 1 and 2. Just coming to the line now. He's found 2.5 through 117.0. So he's moved up to third for now. GFO Max was up. He's still up. Coming into the last sector. There's an Alpine facing the runway there as well. GFO G-Max found 2/10. He's gone into the 116s there. 116.9. He's moved third. Clarkie's still in front of him. Clarkie's round, so he's not going to improve. He was up through sectors 1 and 2 by 2.5 tenths. Jensen's through sector 2, so we'll see how other people get on. Mr. Rage 117.0. Leighton was the 117.0 as well. Jen takes his round, so we will go to Jensen as he comes into this last sector. He had purple second there. He had a slight wobble as well. Adam's going to get a 5-place grid penalty. That wobble did unsettle the car going into that last sector, so Jensen won't improve anyway, but it's not going to matter because I don't think anyone else is even doing a lap. Adam's just finished his, so that is quali finished. He's going to get a 5-place grid penalty and start at the back, but we will just let the game run its course and see who is where. It was a pretty tight quali actually. If you look at second there, Clarkie at 116.9, you just add on half a second, you're all the way down. You get to 8 for David Enshu in a 117.3, and then there's 4 more cars behind him on a 117 as well. Stephen's starting 9th. Rob's 10th. That's not too bad. I think he might lose a couple of spaces off the line, but we shall see. He's told me he's been practicing, so we may keep an eye out for Rob's start. Clarkie's got a 5-place grid penalty as well, so he's going to move down to 7th, I believe. Sector 1's vile. I know I didn't like it on Monday. The car just felt like it was going to go around every time you turn into that long right-hander. I didn't like it. I've got it Thursday. It's going to be a interesting race on realistic, but Jensen got pole there. Clarkie will get a 5-place grid penalty, so he'll move down to 7th. GFO G-Max will be 2nd. Mr. Rage 3rd. Leighton 4th. MedTC 5th. Pelly will be 6th. Clarkie will then slot in 7th. David Enshu 8th. Stephen 9th. Rob Wills 10th. Nick 11th. Chubby Slug 12th. Adam will be 13th. JNTX 14th. Paco, who didn't get a lap in, will be 15th, and BFD Ross didn't get a lap in. He will start at the back at 16th. Adam did get a 5-place grid penalty, so from 13th up, I think they'll move up 1 anyway. If there is a formation lap on, I will try my best to get things up very quickly. If it isn't, I will get them up as fast as I can from there. It looks sunny anyway. I know Rob's not going to enjoy that. He likes a bit of rain. Oh dear. Should be pretty good though, because going off quali times, if people can try and maintain that through into the race, it'll be a pretty close one. And hopefully my connection doesn't cut out. I really do. Because I've got 33 laps. Hopefully maybe a bit of rain might help near the end, but hopefully it stays sunny for these guys. And we're going shortly. I think there would be a formation lap. There was one on Monday, so hopefully there is. I think Jensen will be happy though, coming back in his first. Yeah, we have a formation like coming back to his first, technically his first race. Not being a reserve, he'll be happy in first there. Yeah, Clarkey did get a 5-place grid penalty, so he'll start 7th, and Adam didn't get one, which means that Clarkey might have got one for hitting Adam. I might have got it round the wrong way. So yeah, only Clarkey moved. He got second, but now he's 7th. We'll go to position change. Actually, I'll look at tyres first. I haven't. Okay, I haven't actually seen him much this season. I think he's only raced a couple of times, but the last couple of streams haven't gone to plan, so I've kind of missed out on that. But we'll see how he gets on tonight. Second's pretty good, pretty good effort anyway. Sitting there just behind Jensen. You can see that the top 11 have chosen hards. Chubby Slugs on a medium compound there. Adam and Jay Entex have chosen hards in 13th and 14th. And X-Paco and Ross there at the back, they've chosen to start on mediums. So only 3 people. I think there was only 2 on medium to hard or soft hard. That's interesting. I think a lot of the hard guys might even, well, probably will just go straight onto the mediums. There is one car round who's just catching up, possibly Matt Man. No, he's actually not round. Is that Rob? Oh, it's Rob. There's his one spin of the day, so hopefully he has a pretty clean race here. He's just got to try and find his grid slot through 6 other cars. We'll go to broadcast though. See how they get on from position change off the start as well. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Very long lights, and we're away. And it looked like a few cars bogged down there, nearer to the front. I think it was Pelliam, possibly Layton there. He looks like he's lost quite a few spots. Pelly only lost 1. Mr. Rage has moved up 2. There's a few cars side by side there, but I think everyone got through pretty clean. GFO G-Max got in front of Jensen off the start, so he's moved up 1 place. Jensen's lost 1, but it looks like that he's going to try and get past as quick as possible. Mr. Rage managed to hold his position. Clarkey, it doesn't matter that he lost 5 places there. He's moved back up 3, so he'll be happy that he's had a great start. There's a yellow flag, and that might be Pelly there, I think. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, 2 and 3, and that is Chubby Slug in the Haas. Yeah, it is. He's gone round. I see Pelly's lost 8 positions there. I don't know if he had contact. If he had contact with Matman there, but yeah, it must have been a great start from G-Max there, getting in front of Jensen. I don't think it's a safety car because it's not come out at the bottom of the pits. I think this must just be a VSC. And I don't think I can actually see it on. People are trying to get some heat in these hard tyres as well. They're not the best to start, and I think that's Chubby Sluggy's going around again. In fact, he's going to box as we go to green. And Jensen made a move there into turn 1. He got past G-Max there. He might have just had a slight issue going into the corner, but Mr. Rage is sticking with these guys for now anyway. Like I said, Kalaki, he lost 5 places on the grid. He should have started second, but he's already up 3. We will wait for the times to sort themselves out because David Enchu is not 1 minute 27 behind. That'll sort itself out. MedTC stayed where he was. I think he lost a few places off the start, but he's managed to gain them back. David Enchu was up 2 into 6. Leighton lost quite a few off the start there. I think he had a bit of wheel spin or something. He's down 3. Stevens stayed 9th. There's the yellow flag sector 1. I think that's Toby Slug who's just come out the pit. He's still going though, so he must just be having a few issues. Maybe another yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. I don't think it's any of these. Nick has... They're sorting out Delta, that's why they're going so slowly here. Nick's moved up 2 anyway, Stevens up 1. Ex-Paco's moved up 5, he was started 15th, so he's done very well off the start line there. Rob's only lost 1, which isn't too bad. That's not too bad. I think Ex-Paco actually is on a medium compound there. Yeah, so is Ross, so they've moved up 3 and 5 places, but they are on this medium tyre. Gentex is up 1. Pelly obviously had an issue, he's down 8. Adams lost 2 places as well, and Mattman's all the way at the back. Get rid of that. DRS is enabled. We go green again. See if Jensen got a little bit of a run there. I think he did slightly off G-Max. There's a good start from those two anyway. Halfway through lap 3, you can already see there's a pretty big gap behind Leighton there, back to Steven. Nick just got past Paco as well on that hard compound. In fact, he's going to come back at him. He's going to go down the, try and go around the outside. He'll have the inside to the next corner. He should take this. Nick's not going to make it easy for him though. They're still side by side going through this sector. And it looked like Nick just got pushed out of track, but he's given the place back. I think he gave the place back. A load of fastest laps coming in there. One from Jensen, then G-Max, then Rage has done a 1:26.6. I think Ex-Paco, they just slightly pushed Nick off, but I think then he let off to let him back through. Adam with the fastest lap of 1:26.1, and you just saw there Ex-Paco just gave a slight little wobble to say sorry. Rob's clinging on to these though, which is good to see. Jensen's already pulled off over the 1 second gap to second there. So he's already broken DRS. We're only on lap 4 as well. Already had 2 VSCs. We'll see how he's getting on for ERS. He's got 60-odd%, 50%. Same as G-Max there. Mr. Rage is running quite a bit extra, 20%. Clarkey has barely used his, and neither's MedTC. David Enshu slightly falling off the back of these guys now, as Paco did make that move on Nick through the DRS zone there. They're going to have a great battle, I think, through this. Obviously, one's on the medium, one's on the hard, and after they box, Nick will probably catch up, and it'll be a good battle. Jensen 1:20.7. See if anyone, I don't think anyone can make a move. They're in DRS zone. Pelly has lost the position to JNTEX there. Leighton's not going to get past David Enshu into turn 1. Stevens broken DRS. Paco, well, where they were battling with Nick, he's broken DRS, so he'll be happy for now. Rod's doing well because he's sitting on the back of these. He's got to run on Nick here. I don't think he'll make a move, but he might go up the inside. No, he sits in behind. Another DRS zone. I don't think any of these are going to get passed again. G-Max seems to have a bit more straight line speed than some of these. You can see he just outbroke himself and possibly went off track there, but in a straight line I think his car's a bit faster. He might, down this first straight though, I don't think he'll be able to hold off Mr. Rage, but we'll see if Clarkey can also get past. Chubby Slug there, 1:20.2, fastest lap on a soft compound. Mr. Rage is half a second back. There's a yellow flag sector 3. That is possibly Adam. Mr. Rage isn't going to get past So even down the first straight, he's not going to get past. You see if David Enchu can't get past either. X-Paco's going to go up the around the outside of Steven there, so he's caught up to Steven on that medium compound. And Rob and Nick are going side by side into turns 1 and 2. Rob there just sits in back behind. But they're now 3.8 seconds behind Steven, so X-Paco must be getting some good run off this tyre, because he's pushing up through the field. He's going to hopefully get onto the back of David Enchu in this other second little train. I think Mr. Rage might be saving a bit of battery here as well, just sitting in behind. MedTC's caught that gap up. Leighton's caught 0.3 up. He's back to 2.4. He's got David Enchu behind him now as well. Jensen's kind of just stormed off. He's only gained an... Oh, Mr. Rage almost had a moment there. Clarkie's going to get past him, I would think, easily. X-Paco there, 120.1 on that medium compound. Clarkie makes the move on Mr. Rage there though. That slight little mistake going into that, coming out that corner, and it's allowed him to get past. MedTC will probably want to try and move up through this as well if he can. Being at the back of a train doesn't really help, but we'll see how he can get on as well. X-Paco's gained another 0.7 on the back of David Enchu there. He's within 2 seconds now. I don't think Clarkie's not close enough here anyway. David Enchu was 0.7 off, so I don't think he'll be able to make a move either. Next one back would be Pelly. Pelly's in front of Rob there. Rob's still 11th. He's only lost 1 place. Pelly's down 4. He's made off already, I think, 5 spots. He moved down quite a few off the start. I think these guys might just be happy just sitting behind. They're not burning their ERS. They're kind of saving it. GFO G-Max is on 32%, lower than the others. There is a yellow flag sector 1. That is going to be Chubby Slug, who I believe might have been lapped by his teammate, or he's just about to be. Not having a great day at the moment. This poor man. He's pulled out the way to allow people to go past as well. It's very good from him. Clarkie is a lot closer now. We'll see if he can take this corner pretty well. He had to back off there. He's going slightly wide. Mr. Rage is still with this, and so is there's another yellow flag. That's Mattman getting out the way. MedTC's got full ERS there. He's just waiting for the right time. David Enchu's almost lost DRS. In fact, I think he might have, as he comes around that last corner. He might not have it. I think he does. He's just gained a 10th. But Clarkie can't get past here. They're still just sitting in behind. MedTC's probably pretty happy just to wait there for now. Jensen's moved another second in front. I think that Mattman's just gone in the pits and retired. MedTC had a moment there onto that curb, but he managed to hold that pretty well, maintain his speed, so he didn't lose too much time at all. We'll just go a bit further back here. X-Paco, he's still making moves. He's almost within that second of David Enchu. In fact, this lap he's probably going to have DRS. So he's having a great race at the moment. There's nothing really Steven can do. He can't gain DRS off that tyre. There's a yellow flag. That's Mattman still, so that's fine. He's pulled off of Rob anyway. Rob's now 5.8 seconds behind. Jayen takes first person with a time penalty, 3-second time penalty. Corner cuts. We'll go back to the front, see if anyone can make a move this time around. I think G-Max gets such a great drive out this last corner. Clarkey is half a second behind. This could be a bit closer this time. I think he'll possibly make the move. They go side by side into turn one. He is going to go for it. Gives him room on the inside. They have just touched wheels, and GFO G-Max has gone around and gone into a wall, which is a shame because I think they had left each other enough room. There is a yellow flag, sector 1, 2 and 3. This could be a safety car. Did he get going though? It could just be a virtual. He did get back going. He's probably gonna. He's got no wing. That's why there's a. Oh, it is a safety car. We do have a safety car because I believe that yellow dot that's just come out the pits is a safety car. So. It was pretty tight through there, but I think they left each other enough room. It looked like possibly they just understeered a little bit, or one of the back wheels caught. Looking side by side wasn't really the best angle. But these guys the guys who were on the mediums, they're going to get a free pit stop really here. Paco, he can go into the pits now and he can box and go to the end. He will lose a few places here, but at least he won't have to box anymore. I think the only other person was Ross, and he's already on his hard, so he's boxed. He's good. There's going to be a little gap here to catch up with the safety car because JNTEX is still going through sector 1 with Ross. Guys on the hard tyre, obviously they can't box because I don't think a medium here will do 20 odd laps. Sounds a bit rough. Rob's moved up to 7th, MedTC's 8th. Has Paco come out in 9th? Because everyone else behind him is boxed, maybe not Adam, but I don't think he's going to get past him. He's going to get past quite a few. He's going to sit in behind him in 10th, actually. So Paco's come out. MedTC's also boxed, actually. I missed that. He's gone on to the medium. He thinks possibly that they might be able to go to the end, or if not, try and make a few moves here and flick a soft on near the end. 22 laps is a long time. I know there might be 3 laps, at least 3 laps of this safety car. See how people have moved. A few people have made the stop actually. Yeah, Med and Paco, they're going to the end, I think. I'm not sure. I think Med can maintain his tyres. I know he's got speed to keep him going. He probably knows a lot more than I do. There's a load of people actually on mediums. Pelly, GFO, G-Max has gone mediums, and so's Nick. Possibly going to the end, they might flick on us off. We'll see how it goes. If there was any rain near the end of this race, maybe this has brought it a bit closer to us as well. So a lot could happen here. We're only a third of the way through this race as well. Penalty's the only person who's JNTEX still. Everyone who started on hards has stayed on theirs apart from Pelly, I believe, GFO and Nick and MedTC. Next Paco was on mediums. He's boxed to hard, so he won't be stopping again, and neither will Ross there, who's going to catch up this lap. And I think JNTEX is also going to catch up this lap, so next lap we should be going here. So yeah, Clarkey's made back up his 5 spots that he lost during quali. Jensen's still first though. Clarkey's second, Mr. Rage third, Leighton's fourth. David Enchu's made up 3 into 5th. Stephen's up 3 into 6th. Rob is up 3 as well into 7th. MedTC, who has boxed and possibly is going to the end, he's only down 3 in 8th there. Paco behind him is going to the end. Safety car will be in this lap, so we will be going next lap. Paco there in 9th. He's up 6. Adam's in behind him. 10th. He's up 3. Pelly's down 5. GFO had that incident with Clarkey on a second corner. He's down in 12th. Nick's 13th. Ross is 14th. Who's going to the end? JNTEX is 15th. We'll just see when Jensen goes. He might go out the last corner. Clarkey, you want to actually? I'll stay on with Clarkey because he'll want to try and push past if he can. Jensen's gone anyway. They caught Mr. Rage out by quite a bit. Clarkey, I don't know if he's going to get close enough to Jensen here to make a move, but I know Mr. Rage got caught out there. You can see 1.3 seconds already. Leighton's going up the inside of him as well. They're going to go side by side through this first sector. GFO GMAX got 5-second penalty, but possibly might get that removed because MedTC's gone round. And MedTC has gone round, and there's a car that's crashed. I think that's JNTEX as well into turn 1. So MedTC spun before the end, so I think he'll be able to get that 5-second penalty removed. Pelly's got past Nick there. GFO GMAX has got past Adam. There's a big gap already forming in and around these guys already. Leighton's got past Mr. Rage there. It was a good move down through his first sector. Stephen's still in 6th. He's already made a big gap back onto Paco there of 1.6 seconds. GFO GMAX, I think he's moved up in front of Adam there as well. Obviously, DRS won't be on this lap, so hopefully, I think Jensen will be wanting to try and break Clarkey's DRS here. It's a shame MedTC spun because he was on those mediums, and if he was going into the end, he was in a great place to try and do it. Jensen's already pushed that 1 second, but so's Clarkey to Leighton. You can see already on the map, there's quite a big distance between these guys. There's a second there, and second there, but Pelly and Adam there. Pelly just getting past Adam going into turn 1. There's a yellow flag, sector 3. I think that's JNTEX who's boxed. Evening, buddy. JNTEX is boxed and he's DNF'd. I think MedTC's getting rid of, getting a new wing. He's flicked softs on. Clarkey's back within that second, so where DRS will be next lap, I believe. He should be in that gap. Mr. Rage is trying to hold on to the back of Leighton here as well. David Enchu's trying to hold on to the back of these guys, so Paco's caught back into Stevens. Yellow flag, sector 1. It's just JNTEX's car. DRS is enabled this lap. If you want to know anything, guys, just let me know and I will try and put it on. There are a few people who stopped, and there's a yellow flag, sector 1, 2 and 3, because Nick is in the gravel and I believe he has his wing. It looks like he has. We are still green, so we are still go. We've had 1 safety car and 2 VSDs that I know of at the moment, so possibly another 3 at most. Yeah, what I was saying, guys, there are a few people who have stopped already. Paco's going to the end on those hard compounds. He's only down in 7th, so he's caught Stephen up quite a bit there as well. He's back within that second. GFO, him and Pelly might be going to the end on these mediums. It'll be a hell of a drive if they do 22, 23 laps. We'll see how they can get on towards the end as well. In fact, Stephen's the only one under a bit of pressure here going into this last corner. But if Paco can stay with these guys, I mean, yeah, the rest of these hard runners, they're going to go on to mediums, but he's got a great chance here to build a gap. He just made a slight mistake there, but he might get done by GFO now. Jensen there, 120 point, I think it said 7 or 0. fastest lap anyway. GFO does not have the straight line speed yet. He's just got to sit in behind. Clarke and Leighton have kind of closed their DRS gap as well. But they have left a bit of a gap back to Mr. Rage there, and David Enchu's the same. Just getting to the halfway point. I think everyone's still pretty close. Nick's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that's his first. Yeah, it is his first. He's on mediums anyway, back in 13th, so he's not having a great time at the moment. Adam's not doing too bad. He's still in that top 10. What happened to Rob? Spun on the formation lap in sector 3. I don't think he's boxed. He started on those hards. Yes, he did. I think he's just got caught up in a few incidences. There was a safety car, and now he's kind of sitting on the back of Ross, who has fresh tyres on, and Adam, who was in front of these two guys in front of them, but they've just lost out on the pace a bit. Ex-Paco's... yeah, standard Rob thing. Standard Rob thing. This battle for 6th though at the moment is pretty decent. In fact, Adam and Ross has just got past Adam, but he's gone massively off track there. He's going to give the place back to Adam. He's almost come back in front of Rob there, but then he's just lost the car behind and he's spun around. I think he was trying to just get... He had a bit too much speed going into turn 1 with Adam there, but he couldn't really back out, and then almost collected Rob, but Rob managed to get through. He's within that DRS zone of Adam here. They are teammates. Adam could allow him the pass here. They are both on the same strategy, and we all know what Adam's like. Oh, Adam's spun. Adam's in the barrier. So Rob will get past. He's moved up into 10th. Adam is okay. He just doesn't have one side of his wing. Clarke is almost gone there as well. He's a big wobble, and he's lost out to Leighton. So I don't know what happened to Clarke there, but he wouldn't have hit a wall because there are none there, but he definitely had an issue because he was ghosted there for a while. Leighton's got past, he's moved up into 2nd. Mr. Rage had fallen off the back of these, but he's got a 3-second gap back to David Enchu in 5th, so I don't think he'll be too worried. Ex-Paco has got past Stephen now. Stephen may let his teammate go, I'm not sure. He's definitely got a lot of pace, G-Max, and I think he might be going to the end with Paco. That battle is the closest one really on food. You've got Clarkey for 2nd there, but he's 7/10 off, and in fact GFO is going to try and go around the outside of Stephen here. Stephen's going to have the inside line going into the hill here on the chicane. He just backs out, does G-Max behind. Adam has boxed. He's put soft tyre on. He might be going for fastest lap here. GFO still can't get past Stephen, so he's just going to sit in behind at the moment, which is allowing Pelly to catch up. He's now within DRS on those mediums as well. So if these guys on these mediums can go to the end, yellow flag sector 1, is that Med? Yeah, Med is having issues in sector 1. If these guys are going to the end on the mediums, they are... Pelly's going to hopefully keep the DRS on these. He didn't have them this time. GFO probably will try and overtake Stephen. He's going to have to go outside to inside here. Adam loves the fastest lap mid-race on soft. What's he going to do? Go soft? Oh, GFO's lost that. He's managed to hold it though. He won't lose a place to Rob, I don't think. I think he's a bit too far behind, but his tyres do not look very nice after that. His car just kind of gave way and didn't want to have any traction there at all. So Pelly's got past. He's going to try and be closing into Stephen. Ex-Paco hasn't made too big of a gap on Stephen there, but he's definitely caught up to David Enchu. Going to the end on these hards. If there's no more safety cars, he's in a great position here. Clarkie's still within that second gap of Leighton as well. Standard Ferrari tactic. You know, GFO, he was doing really well actually. He had a bit of contact with Clarkie, went round, hit a barrier, went back to 10th, but Stephen does not let people past, I know that. He loves the defence. It's nice to see him having a bit of a race anyway. Hopefully Pelly can get within his DRS and he'll be having another little fight with them guys as well. We'll see if Clarkie can't make any moves. I think he's 7/10 back, but Paco's just caught within 6/10 of David Enchu there. He's now within half a second. It'll be a great race from him actually. I think he started a bit further back. Yeah, he started 15th as well, so having a great race at the moment. Clarkie's up 4. Technically Clarkie was second but got a 5-place grid penalty, so he's only down 1. Mr. Rage has a 3-second penalty. I missed that. That might be okay because obviously he's got that 4-second gap back to David Enchu there, so I don't think he's too worried. It depends how far Paco can get. He's going to push through, probably get past David Enchu the start of next lap, or wanting to within a few, because there's a 4-second gap back to from Mr. Rage back to David Enchu here. Stevens can have Pelly all over the back of him as well, and Leighton's boxed. 21 laps, Leighton's boxed. He's going to flick on a medium. See where he comes out in this. He's going to come out behind the Ferrari. One of the Ferraris is boxed. That's Stevens boxed. So he's going to come out behind the other Ferrari, which moves Clarkie up into second at the moment, Mr. Rage. These guys are still on their hard compound, so within the next couple of laps, I think these guys are boxed. Paco's going to the end, though. He's having a great race. That might be Nick who's going around. I think possibly was. Where are these guys going to come out anyway? Rob's boxed as well, so Rob's going to get rid of his hards. He's put mediums on. See if he can close the gap down to Ross here, who's on 11 lap old hards. He's going to the end as well, I believe. I think those guys on the hards can do that. Thing is, now they've moved, there's only really this battle at the moment within a second. And David Enchu's box, and I believe so is Jensen. Mr. Rage stayed out. Jensen boxed, so did Clarkie there. David Enchu boxed as well, which allows Paco to go through. He's going to have at least, I'd say, a 17-second gap here to Jensen, possibly. Jensen came out in front of Leighton. Not that far in front of him though. He has to warm his tyres up as well. Leighton's all warmed up for that lap, so he'll be able to get back in within that DRS zone. Clarkie come out behind this. David Enchu and Stephen there in 8th and 9th. Rob came out in 12th, but he's going to go to the end from there. He's got 6.6 seconds to catch up to Ross. Nick may box again. GFO G-Max possibly might box. Pelly possibly might box as well. They've done 11 laps on these mediums. Mr. Rage probably will box this lap, unless he might. I wouldn't see. Yeah, he has boxed. Maybe just that extra lap with them warming up their tyres. Maybe he just thinks it's a bit faster. He might come out. He probably wants to come out. Well, he can't come out between this fight because you can see Leighton's just caught up by another 6/10 when Jensen's warming up his tyres. So he's back within DRS. Paco's now in first. We'll see the gap back to Jensen actually, because that's Jensen's target really, and Leighton's target here. Mr. Rage has come out behind Clarkie. In fact, I think he's lost quite a bit of time there. David Enchu might be getting past. David Enchu's passed him as well. That was a sign. I don't know if he wasn't getting rid of a time penalty unless he sped in the pit lane, but he's definitely come out further back than he probably wanted to. Don't need fastest lap at the moment. In fact, Leighton's got that. It's a 1:19.4. He's one of the only ones to get down there. So Jensen's 7.7 seconds off of the leader here, Paco. Possibly going to the end with Pelly and GFO Max here. I think he only has a 3-second time penalty as well. No, GFO has a 5-second, but I think he might be able to get that off, you know. It was because MedTC spun on the restart, so I believe he can get that taken off. If he has to rebox, then I don't think they can do anything about it, but Jensen's caught up almost, well, he's a 1:19.1. I think he's almost broken DRS off of Leighton. Leighton had it that time, but he's got no energy. Jensen's on 59%. Pelly's run out as well. Paco's on 50%. He's got a great chance here. I mean, there's what, nine and a half laps. It'll be a good chase from these guys further back. Leighton is the only one within that second gap, though. I think Rob's caught up a lot of time to Ross there as well. He'll be on the back of him soon. Like I said, Nick might have to box again, possibly. But there is a big gap back to those guys. We'll see how Adams... Oh! Nick's in the wall. Yellow flag, sector 2. 3-second time penalty. Oh, it's not Nick, it's Clarkey. Oh, it's Clarkey's got one. He's got 3 seconds. He has got a big gap back to David Enshu, though, of 8 seconds there. Mr. Racer, I think he just had a bad pit stop here. Leighton a 1:19.1 on that medium, so possibly might not have DRS. He has got DRS, but oh no. Why now? Oh. Just relax. It is very frustrating when that happens. But at least we can come back into it. I haven't ruined your evening if we can get back watching. There we go, we're back anyway. Jensen is still... Oh, in fact... Ross has just caused a safety car, possibly. He's in the wall there, facing the wrong way. We'll see it on... see, we didn't miss much, David. It's still got this safety car, possibly safety car in. Yeah, it's coming out. You can see the yellow dot in the pits there going through. This will definitely tighten things back up. Paco now being on fair. He'll probably box. I think a lot of these might box for softs. We'll see who kind of comes out first in all this. Safety car. Yeah, that was Ross. He went round in sector 2 and binned it. I don't think Adam's been... I don't think Adam's been lapped. In fact, Paco... Yeah, he does. I will get the tyres up. He's on 15 lap old medium. Him and Pelly have to box. Jensen, he might stay out here. I mean, 9 lap, is it 9? No, it's not. It's 7, 8. I think everyone might box here. Clarkey got a jump on GFO there as well. These should all box. I know Paco will. Pelly is going to box as well. Jensen's going to come in as well. He don't want to stay out on that medium, and neither does Leighton. So everyone will now be on softs to the end. Pelly's just sped in the pit lane. That is not a great time to do that. That is very unlucky, because that might cost him a bit here. We'll wait for all this to fiddle itself out. Leighton's going to come out. Oh no, sorry, Paco's going to come out in first. Jensen will be second. Pelly now with a penalty, I believe. 5 seconds. He's going to come out in third. Leighton just behind him, fourth. Clarkie's going to catch up to these in fifth. GFO's now back in sixth. David Enchu's still seventh. Mr. Rage is eighth. Stephen is ninth. Rob's going to catch up. He's in 10th. He's going to do well to get a top 10 here. Keep his record going throughout the season since he started racing in HOR. Nick's 11th. He's got a penalty as well, actually, which will help Rob. 3 seconds. Adam's got a 5-second penalty, but I believe he's going to box this lap onto a fresh set of softs. MedTC still going to be dangerous here. He's 12th, but when he catches up with these guys, he's got a few in front of him who I think he'll want to try and get past. There's a good chance that he can probably get a top 7, maybe 6, 7, 8 here. He needs to get past a few cars. It's not going to help Rob on his top 10 finish here, but Mr. Rage has a 3-second time penalty. Clarkie in 5th has 3, and Pelly in 3rd has 5. Pelly's only just picked up that 5 as well, so he would have been in a great position if he hadn't have done that. If I said, yeah, come on, that would do it. Oh dear. In fact, Adam's all the way back in Sector 1 still, so this might do another 2 laps. There's no way Pelly could have boxed there. I mean, 5 seconds, he loses. If he boxes, he's back in 12th, so he might be able to pull some sort of gap if he can stay close with Jensen, and he's got to try and protect the overtake from Pelly and Leighton there. Nick's boxed. Nick's going to put a fresh set of softs on because Adam won't have caught up yet. We'll flick and see how many laps their tyres have done anyway. Some are on 2 anyway, so Nick decided to go on a fresh set. It moved Med up to 11th. Rob's going to be a bit sweaty now with Med right behind him. Stephen's only just in front of him as well. Stephen's having a good race. I think he stayed where he is actually. I think he started 9th. Yeah, he started 9th. Rob started 10th. Leighton hasn't moved any, but Paco at the moment, he's having a great race. He did started on the mediums, boxed to the hards, and I mean, there's 4 people around Rob with penalties, so anything could happen here. And as well, we'll see how Paco gets on the restart. I think Jensen done the last. Ooh. No, they've all got. Yeah, no, it's fine. Adam will be able to catch back up next lap though. Everyone's now 2 stopped or 3 stopped just because of the safety car here. It makes the end interesting, like David said. There may be a little bit of wheel banging, but nothing serious, I believe. Jensen hunting a win on his debut as a comeback driver. The rest were reserves, so he's hunting that. Paco as well, I believe, is he's raced before, but I shall send Rob an invite. Wow. This is different. There you are. Invite sent to Rob. Hopefully your wheel doesn't go too light and you can continue. I've sent Rob too. He's joined, so he's in the lobby. He just needs to get back in his car. I've done it, David. Calm down. Nice to see that Med didn't overtake him as well. Rob will be back in his car very shortly. There he is. Safety car is in this lap, so we will have 4 laps of racing. I don't really know who to start on here because I think everyone can make a few moves depending on position. I think Pelly needs to try and do something to clear this 5-second penalty. So does Clarkey with his 3. Mr. Rage won't be too happy with the 3-second back in 8th there with 4 laps left, so he'll probably try to make a move as well. We'll see when Paco goes though. Safety car isn't in yet, so it's going to be left a bit late here, I think. Oh, and he's been tapped. Or it looked like he got tapped. Which has pulled Jensen into first. Pelly's moved up into second, but Leighton and him are side by side. Behind, there's also Clarkey's going to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Leighton split off in front, and Clarkey who's going round, and he's collected Pelly as well. Clarkey went round and collected Pelly, which hasn't helped any of them at all. GFO D-Max finds himself up into 3rd here. Mr. Rage has just moved up 4 places into 4th. Stephen finds himself in 6th. He's going to be in a... Nick's just got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. That probably will come off as well. GFO's time penalty can't come off now because he served it. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Jensen flicked the back of him, but yeah, there just a bit, David. You did call it. I don't know if Jensen flicked the back of ex-Paco there, but he's DNF now. So there goes my driver of the day. I need to think about this now, don't I? David Enshue's kept his nose out of most of it all, pretty much. This whole thing, he's just carried on. He's done a pretty good thing and raced well. Stephen's having a great race as well. He's got Pelly flying up the inside of him. He's going to lose out on a place there. MedTC is with Clarkey, and there goes Nick round the outside. He's going to have the inside in the next corner. These 3 are going to be battling behind Rob. I think this is definitely going to help Rob. He can try and stay with Stephen and pull away from these guys. Mr. Rage is close there. We will go back to this because this is a very, very close battle between these 3. We'll see if Med makes a move into the hairpin. No, he doesn't. DRS will probably be activated next lap, so we'll have 2 with it. Jensen's already broke DRS off Leighton though, which then there's a big get back to GFO. Rage's penalty at the moment sits him back in 7th, I believe. Well, no, Pelly's also got 5, so I think it'll put him 6th. David Enshue's doing very well to stick onto the back of these already. I'll try and find a little bit more for you, David, as well. I think Stephen... Rob's very close to Stephen here. This will be for position as well, going with these last 2 laps. DRS is enabled, so we will have it for these 2 laps. So they won't have it going down this straight anyway. I think Pelly at the moment is only going to lose out in 2 places. Clarkey's now within the DRS range of Rob. He's got to watch out for that. Clarkey has got a 3-second time penalty, and Nick behind has 11, but I don't think people are close enough to make any moves at the moment. It will all come down to DRS on the last lap, I believe, unless someone will make it down the second sector. Mr. Rage does look a little bit far behind. He's not going to get anywhere near him down that straight. We'll see how if Rob can hold off Clarkey. We'll flick back to that battle as well before they go down the straight. David Enshu's caught up within that second as well, so he'll probably pull away from Pelly unless he can find a 10th coming into the last couple of corners. Jensen is on his last lap though, or will be very shortly. Again, I don't know what happened under the safety car. I don't know if Paco left it a bit late. It looked like he tried to go at the same time the safety car wasn't fully in, so it might have gone light, but it also looked like he got a little bump from behind. David Enshu can't make a move. Rob is going to stay in front of Clarkey here as well, so that's definitely going to help him. He's on DRS with Stephen there as well, who doesn't have DRS, so the second sector could be possibly Rob's chance to... he's caught up another 3/10 there just through sector 1, but he has got Clarkey all over the back of him. He'll have one DRS round to try something. Mr. Rage, like I said, I think he's covered back to Stephen. I think he's only going to lose one place here. 3 seconds, yeah, he will only lose one place here. Pelly's the one who's going to lose out on probably 3 or 4. Yeah, we'll leave that to them guys. Go to Jensen anyway as he comes through this last sector and smashed quali and kind of just held out. He's won his maiden race. Leighton will be very happy. He's gone second for HOR in his maiden race as well, I believe. GFO GMAX has done a great job to finish where he did. He was quite far back at one stage. David Enshu finished 4th there in the end. Mr. Rage 5th. They swapped because of the penalties. Stephen got 6th, which was great from him. Rob got 7th in the end. MedTC got 8th. That was a good recovery from him. He found himself at the back and he did a great, well, I know the safety car helped, but he still did a great job to get to where he was in the end. We'll just run through the standings here and then send a few invites. So Jensen takes fastest lap as well, and first place. Leighton 2nd, GMAX 3rd, David Enshu 4th, Mr. Rage 5th, Stephen got 6th, Rob got 7th, MedTC 8th, Pelly got 9th in the end with that 5-second penalty. Clarkey 10th, Adam got 11th, who I think he'll be pretty happy with that actually. No penalties as well. It's a pretty solid drive from him. Nick 12th, ex-Paco did get qualified. He was 4 laps down, but he finished 13th. So you have Ross, JN Tex and Chubby Slug, the only DNFers from today's race. And I will send an invite to Leighton, Jensen and GFO if I can. With everything that happened there, I need to try and figure out driver of the day and all this as well. Invite, there we go. GFO. Jensen's there and Leighton's there. I know Jensen will join. Jensen always loves a chat. I think Leighton will as well. It's almost a podium full of maiden runners today. Leighton's joined, that's good. We'll give it a couple of minutes and just wait for the other two. I guess we'll go with you, Leighton. Hello. All right, mate. Second place. I think
I'm very happy.
Probably very happy. I was going to say the safety car. I mean, you had a pretty solid race anyway without the safety cars, but they come at the right time for you, or were you? I think. How did it go? Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of both, because on the good side, I managed to pit for softs, managed to stay close to Jensen for a little bit longer. On the bad side, if it stayed out, I probably could have got past third and first at the time a little bit easier, because they were on very old mediums. But yeah, if I'm being honest, if Jensen didn't pit, I was going to stay out originally, so I'm glad Jensen pit and I followed him.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you two might have stayed out because you were on, I think, 4 and 5 lap old mediums by then, and sometimes they are the better tyre than the soft, but I guess when it stays out for 3-4 laps, it kind of helps the softs not to wear off. Yeah,
it really does, but the softs still burn very easily. My tyres at the end are 67%. That's very bad.
Yeah, no, you did very well. I was saying through the stream, you were here for OTL, but you've shown a lot of pace in that, and I think this was your first race.
Yeah, it
was.
For
HOR, yeah. So you done very well to get a podium out of this as well, and yeah, it was a great drive, really.
Yeah,
it really was. You started fourth, which is pretty good as well.
Yeah, the only thing I criticise myself is my start on this game is horrendous. I went from 4th to 9th just on the start-finish straight.
I thought you had an issue off the start. I saw 2 cars just fall back, and I thought, I don't know if there's contact there, but
yeah,
like you said, the starts are a bit tricky for some on here.
Yeah, it was very clean. I had some clean battles with some people. I didn't really witness any dirty driving, so good on that end.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think the only issue there was near the front. I think you were just behind it when GFO and Clarkey collided, but I think that was more of a...
And at the start-finish straight after the final safety car, we went 3 wide, and I just broke as late as possible to get out of it. Yeah, I think it was a racing incident, but I don't know. I was in the middle. I don't think I hit anyone because I broke late. But it's something I'll just have to watch back.
After the safety, no, there was a car who pulled in front. I think actually that was you. You pulled in front. The other 2 sat either side of you behind. So it was a good restart to it after that. But no, congratulations. I think you got driver of the day from the game as well.
Ooh,
I think. Yeah, you did. No, you got driver of the day from the game.
Oh, wow. Okay, thanks, game.
So yeah, I don't think anyone else is coming. Jensen, you did very well to keep up with him in the end. He was pulling away.
I was very, very close to getting him at the very end of the hard stint. And I was planning on doing an overcut, but he just wouldn't pit. So if I pit a lap before him. I think if I pit when I was originally supposed to, I think I would have got him with the undercut. But yeah, he's very fast. Like, I had 0% ARS when I was trying to catch up to him. It's so hard to keep up with him.
I think he still had about 50 towards nearer to the end. So
yeah, it was. I think my fastest lap was a good 5/10 off of his, so it just shows something.
Well, he did get fastest lap.
Yeah.
Driver of the day for me. Yeah, I think I'm happy to give it to you, Leighton, because it's your first race in here. I knew you showed pace from OTL, but to get 4th on the grid in quali, I think you were 5th actually, and Clarkey moved 5 back. To get top 5 in quali with these guys, and then obviously to get a podium, it is very well done from you. So.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Top 5 was my aim, and I managed to get it, so it's a good day for me.
Yeah, no, very well done to you. And I think on that note, tomorrow I think Chris will be here for Realistic. I will be racing. That'll be around Spain as well. And I think P0 are at Canada on Sunday, and that will be with Chris as well. So until then, bye guys.